Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we were just about to get started on the class trial, the final class trial according to Monokuma. Well then, now that Cherrybox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough! Just fucking start this already!
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then,
Let's get this trial started.
Viva Killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but... There's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. This entire page is going to be blanked out. Because Chiaki's the killer, she's the traitor. It has to be her. Flippin' heck. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. I don't need to, I saved like 2 minutes ago. Okay, now, at the beginning of the last trial, let's try that again. At the beginning of the last class trial, Umbri suggested some skills, and I have them already pulled up because I am prepared for once. We want the handbook. We want to go to get the report card, and then... Okay, so what do we want? Charisma. Excellent blade or fine sword. So we want fine sword as a first one. Oh, that's a bugger. We only have 7. Okay, and that one is 4. Let's see, how is... Moonsault is 2. And how much was Charisma? Charisma was 6. Yeah, so the ones that Umbri recommends, Charisma, Excellent Blade or Fine Sword, and then Maneuver, Moonsault, or Clock Up. I think I'm gonna have the most problems with jumping, timing that right when it comes to the logic dive, so I'm more inclined to get that over Maneuver or Clock Up. Oh, that's a bugger. Here's my thinking. If I grab Fine Sword now, because they're saying this is the last class trial, there's going to be one afterwards. There has to be a class trial to finish off Chapter 6. So, if we have free time events in the next chapter, which I would imagine we would, I could then get Moonsault for the final trial. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Charisma. Because it's a 6, so even if I got, like, Excellent Blade and Moonsault, that would leave me with 1 point. I'm not going to have 6 options or 6 opportunities to do, whatchamacallit, free time events. If the next chapter is going to take place over 2 days, then that's not enough to get 6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get Fine Sword, and then next go around I'm gonna grab Moonsault. Yeah. Yeah, Fine Sword. Let's grab that. Yep. Okay, and back to my timer. There we go. Okay, back. Set skills. Yeah, we have plenty of room. Cheat code is really not all that necessary. Silver spoon. Ooh. You know, we'll grab that, because why not? Got that. Fine sword, yoink. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yep.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
And that's what Nagito is banking on. That everyone will die and Chiaki will win, and therefore Hope will win.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
She didn't even do anything! She didn't even do anything that time! Oh, no! No! I love her so much! She's like my favorite character in this! No!
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow!
And she's still staring you down. She's still staring you down. She is determined.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? And I'm just like, as Chiaki's silhouette goes by, I'm just like, Or... Okay, make your argument. Okay. I mean, it could be anything here.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
There's no way you'd torture someone, but you did threaten to send Mikan to a whorehouse. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? We have 6 minutes. You know what? I think I'm gonna watch that through once more. I think I have an idea of where this is going.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Yeah, I think... If you're torturing someone, you're not going to cover their mouth. But the duct tape, it had blood going over it, therefore we know that he was duct taped when the arm laceration occurred. And it's also crinkled to show that he was screaming whilst he was stabbing himself. So the duct tape proves that he couldn't have been tortured. Or at least not in like your typical way.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh!
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Okay.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
So, where are you going with this? Stupid. 1 second. I want to check the. Let me check the thing. I want to see the thing. I want to see the controls, please. Please let me. Okay, let's just
Like you said.
Okay. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Esk. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Truth Blade is left. Truth Blade is left. Right, left. Okay. Got it. Okay.
You obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Okay.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
I know.
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First,
where is it?
the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb. Then, after they killed him...
Oh, bugger.
Damn it!
Damn it, I was overcome. He's gonna go back to the original
Like
topic.
you said, if Nagito's mouth... You obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
Okay.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Because the blood splatter proves it was
Pay
done
attention.
first.
This is... First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location.
Just gonna leave that.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Impossible. Hajime, you idiot. What are you even saying? Are you trying to rebuke me with that? Hold up.
Crap!
I won't be able to cut through Kazuichi's rebuttal with this. Think it over one more time. Look, here's the thing, the duct tape proves it was on first.
Pay attention. This is how... First, the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location.
No.
Then, after they killed him...
Allow me to
Whoops.
cut through those words!
Right thinking, wrong order.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
The truth.
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
No, it's because he's right. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, I just think that Nagito really hated the fact that he acted as an agent of despair. And he hates despair with every fibre of his being. He wants to stamp it out, so he had to stamp out himself. I do think it mainly is like the, okay, look at all of this, look at how shocking this is, but I do think there was probably an element of self-hatred in there.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
Because the poison needed to be vaporized. That's why.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah, and right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
No, if none of y'all did it, there was still one person on the island. Nagito.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Simp.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
And she bitch slaps him with a tank she was keeping in her pocket.
Damn right it is!
Okay, girl. You do you. The reason for the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear that up first. Okay, make your argument. I feel like it has to be either the oil lighter or the panels.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
Oh,
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
this isn't agree.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
No.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
Not quite.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
Just so.
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
I'm gonna grab that just in case.
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Ooh. Oh! I said this was probably to hide something. Yeah, everyone was like, oh my god, it's dark. Oh my god, the creepy music's... No one is bothering to be like, hey, what's that falling over there? They can't.
I see!
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? And no, I'm not talking about the music, she was talking about the cardboard. And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I know it! It's a trap! Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
And if that was the only entrance and exit, then how did the killer get out? The answer is that they didn't.
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, it means the killer never left.
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse... I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is, we couldn't take any much! No, is that the killer couldn't have left.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse... There's only one person who could have done that. Oh! Picking early! Where is he? Where are you? Right there.
This is my answer! What if it was Nagito?
And on that, I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. Until the next one, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.